Hi, John Dara here, and I'm here to talk to you about structured settlement quotes. If you get a call from your attorney and they say, guess what, the defendant wants to offer you a structured settlement, you're like, what the hell is a structured settlement? I don't want a structured settlement, I just want my money. Well, wait a second, not so fast. A structured settlement could have some really great benefits to you. A structured settlement is a customizable stream of payments that can be tailored to your specific needs. The payments could be of various different types. You could have multiple different types of payment streams in one annuity contract. Or in fact, you don't even have to use annuities. You could use other types of products as well, such as treasury bonds. But a structured settlement is something, whatever you're doing with a structured settlement, you should be contacting a licensed and seasoned professional to guide you through the process. Okay, it's important that you shop around, and it's important that the right questions be asked so that you can be placed in the right product or products so that you don't make a mistake. And for God's sake, you don't want to overstructure, because a structured settlement, one of its greatest strengths is that you're locked into it, and one of its greatest weaknesses is that you're locked into it. So what you want to do is give yourself a stable stream of income. That is really one of the greatest things. You can give yourself an income from a job that you can never be fired from. So if you're, just think about what I'm saying here. If you're going to get, you get a structured settlement that's going to pay you $5,000 a month, and you have a physical injury, that's $5,000 a month that under current tax law is income tax free. That's a $60,000 a year tax exempt job. Holy moly, that's a great deal. And you really ought to give it some serious thought. Many people want the cash, but then they think about what they're going to do with it. They put it in the bank. Well, anybody looked at what bank rates are paying? They put it in the stock market. The stock market is pretty fickle. Sometimes it does great, sometimes it doesn't. Can you absorb that level of risk? I'll tell you what, if you had a salary from a job that you can never be fired from, at least you know that you've got a salary even if you blew some investment decisions. So you should consider, when somebody is offering you a structured settlement quote, you shouldn't dismiss it out of hand. Now, where can you get structured settlement quotes? You can only get structured settlement quotes from licensed insurance agents who are appointed by annuity issuers, or you have somebody who is appointed by a vendor who sells United States Treasury bond trusts as qualified funding assets for structured settlements. There are many other people who say that they give you structured settlement quotes. Many of those people are companies who acquire structured settlement payment rights, but they're not actually giving you, what they're saying is they give you quotes on structured settlements, but they're not actually giving you structured settlement quotes. So be careful so you know what you're dealing with. Most of these idiosyncrasies or nuances are found on the internet, where many of these companies are trying to capture what they believe people are likely searching for. But if you are actually looking for a structured settlement, you are an injury victim, your kid is an injury victim, your parent is an injury victim, your client is an injury victim, the only place that you can get structured settlement quotes or structured settlement annuity quotes are from licensed insurance agents. Licensed insurance agents who are appointed by the carriers, who are licensed in your state. And I say licensed in your state because there's people who might be operating in your state who are not licensed. You can check to see whether somebody is licensed in your state by simply going to your state insurance department website and doing an agent lookup. Most states have that online search feature available. I encourage you to use that, because you will not be suckered into dealing with somebody who turns out that's not what they do. So that's what you do with structured settlement quotes. Now be very careful when you get structured settlement quotes, because you've got to give people the right information. Most insurance agents have rate discs. I have one. I have my laptop here with me here in the studio. I can run an annuity quote from anywhere at any time, and I can get it to you right away. That is a book rate. Now, nobody uses rate books anymore in the old sense of the word. We used to walk around with, I'm dating myself here, but we used to walk around with HP 12Cs or other types of calculators and calculate out of a rate book. Now we use a computer disk, and those are general rates the company uses. However, cases over a certain size from time to time may have better daily rates. Now, what is a daily rate? A daily rate, let me backtrack for a second. When an insurance company writes business, they have to certify, at least on an annual basis, that they have their assets match their liabilities. So when an insurance company writes a brand new piece of business, a new piece of business that could include a structured settlement, they must have corresponding assets to match up against those liabilities. Now, when they set the book rates, they anticipate getting a big chunk of business. They don't have assets to match up against that business. They could be in a little bit of hot water. So what happens is cases get over a certain size, the companies ask that you go in for a daily rate. And what they do is they go into the open market and see if there's assets in the open market, bonds or what have you, that will match up against the liabilities that they are about to take on, the liability to pay you over your lifetime or whatever period of time is in your structured settlement. Daily rates are extremely helpful. Be wary that daily rates have to be requested. They take longer to quote, and it's usually a common practice to show the book rates until you determine what plan you like, and then calculate the daily rates when the plan is actually being finalized. But also be aware that if somebody is quoting a daily rate to you and they're competing with you with somebody else, unless that daily rate is locked in, that daily rate could expire the next day. That's why it's called the daily rate. So that's basically the types of structured settlement quotes you can get. Make sure you get something in writing, because ultimately, unless it's in writing, it's not binding, or generally not binding. And most companies will put a disclaimer on the top that this is just an illustration, not a contract. So make sure you get something in writing before you rely on it. I hope this has been helpful to you in terms of helping you understand what structured settlement quotes are. Again, we're here to help. And my name is John Derer. You can find me at www, the number 4, and then structures.com. Toll-free number in the United States is 888-325-8640. You may call us 24 hours a day. We're happy to respond to you and answer your questions and help guide you through the process. Thank you again, John Derer. Have a nice day.